YouTubers, what is up? It is your boy Vinny Chill here with Chris. As always, Chris, how you doing?
Doing good, man. What's up?
Not doing so bad. Although I do have to say, I'm a little bummed. YouTubers out there, we were trying to get some involvement from you guys. We wanted to get your feedback and have you take part in our bit of a quiz contest last week for the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. We were giving away this book right here, Falcon Winter Soldier #1, their first team up. But unfortunately, there was no love. We didn't get anyone out there to comment. So kind of trying not to cry myself to sleep over that one. But this will now be added to the pile of goodies for prizes that we're going to do for Silver City Con. So once again, plugging our very own mini Comic-Con in Meriden, Connecticut, July 18th, all day Sunday. Mark your calendars. Going to have some big vendors, some small vendors, some in the middle vendors from all over the area: Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. It's all coming together right now. In fact, we are now T-shirt official. If you were at Cliff's Cons in Plainville, Connecticut yesterday, you saw me walking around rocking our own T-shirt. So be on the lookout for these. We also have, make sure you give a shout out to our event crew, the event staff. This is a little sneak preview of the official Silver City Con event staff shirt. So you see people walking around in the green shirts. Make sure you give them some love. Also, YouTubers, if you're interested, if you want a shirt, you can get this, minus the event staff, of course, but you can get yourself a T-shirt with our logo for the low price of $30 in your color of choice, green or white. So come on down, stop by the booth at Silver City Con, get your shirt, or at least put your order in so we can send it out to you. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as announcements go. Now we wanted to drop on you an episode about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or spoiler alert, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Not talking about this guy right here, talking about another person, Mr. Sam Wilson. And wanted to talk about, what our thoughts were on that show, on the series as a whole, and also provide some spec on where we think it might be going, because according to Sebastian Stan, there may or may not be a season 2.
And there's a movie in the works, supposedly already. So they're working.
Making sure you're awake, Chris.
I'm there.
All right.
They're just they got a movie coming out, probably going to be both a minute, and it's going to be, I don't know. It was a really good series, man. I'm looking forward to Loki now. Looking forward to everything, that Bad Batch, everything that's coming out just from Disney Plus, because it's what we got. So but they did not disappoint. WandaVision was a little slow. This was pretty much, the character development amazing for pretty much all the characters, and I think everyone, it was hard to say anyone even stole the show because everyone was so good in it. So
yeah,
just excited.
Yeah, big fan of this show. Also, lots of love for WandaVision, but again, like you said, it ended very strong, but in the beginning, it was a bit slow. This felt like it really hit the ground running episode 1 and just continued that momentum all the way through. And, it's a perfect lead up to Captain America movie #4, starring Mr. Mackie. And, and then supposedly another Chris Evans project in the work too. So, I know I mentioned to you earlier thinking that that might, not disrupt how his character ends in the present, but, goes back and does like a little side adventure maybe in the 60s or 70s when he was settled down with Peggy Carter.
Yeah, I mean, well, they made all the time travel rules, then they broke all the time travel rules, so anything's game, and we're still waiting for the X-Men and Fantastic Four, so they got to figure out how to get everyone in there.
Right.
But yeah, let's get into some Spec.
All right.
Do it.
Well, here we go. Let's start off. We're going to drop some books on you from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series that are relevant to that, and we're going to end with a little bit of Spec or mix it in there too. So to start things off, I just mentioned Peggy Carter. So I will mention this book, which I was able to pick up a couple of years ago. This is Tales of Suspense number 75 from 1966, done by the very famous Jack Kirby. So in this, you've got the first appearance of Peggy Carter, but more importantly, you've got the first appearance of Sharon Carter, her niece, who was, of course, Agent 13. And again, they go a little bit rogue in the show, and they, have her be the power broker, which is not really in the comics, but, sort of combining things for purposes of the MCU. This is also the first appearance of Batroc the Leaper, who again was in Winter Soldier and then comes back to reprise the role in the recent Disney Plus series. So yeah, again, this is a big book as far as that series is concerned. Sounds like, Agent 13 is going to be here to stay for a bit longer now as a bad guy, I guess, an enemy of the state, an enemy of the Avengers going forward, but we'll see. So yeah, that's my oldest book. I mean, I don't have Strange Tales 159, the Contessa Valentina, but I was able to get this one before it started blowing up. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just a good Spec book in general, but it ties right in. Avengers number 6. Basically first appearance of the first Baron Zemo, not the one from the show, or the movie for that matter.
His father, right?
Yes, his father. But and the first appearance of the Masters of Evil. But basically, this is probably one of the few books. I mean, it's first appearance of at least the first namesake of a major villain. It's Avengers number 6. I mean, there are only 5 issues before this. You look at the price for this, you can get a nice, pretty crispy copy for under $1,000, which is in today's market is pretty much the best you're going to do on anything. And I mean, pretty slick cover. It's got all the Avengers on there, and I don't know. I was lucky to grab it years ago, just basically because again, like Avengers number 1 was kind of out of reach then. It's super out of reach now, and some of the other books. Was it what's Kang 8? I mean, that one's forget about it. It's
number 8.
Avengers number 6. It's definitely some old school Spec. Cap down.
He's an old man now. He's like, well, I guess he's dead according to if you kind of read between the lines what Sam and Bucky say to each other. It's like they buried him into the ground. He died an old man before that show takes place.
I wasn't really sure what exactly happened to him, but he's probably bounced around the cosmos somewhere as a young Cap. We don't know yet. Anything's possible.
All right, so next up for me, my second book of the night is going to be, of course, Captain America number 354 from 1989, and I was able to get myself a very crispy copy of this. I'd say it's at least a 9, and it's a newsstand as well. But this is John Walker as U.S. agent, first appearance as U.S. agent. So this seems to be, where the series, at least season 1, ends. And, he seems to have redeemed himself. He has that moment there in the last episode. He could go down the revenge track, or he can stop and save those people. So he kind of figures out what he didn't figure out in the episode prior to that, or 2 episodes prior to that, and he looks like he's turned a leaf and he's going to be good again. He seems very happy to get his new costume. He's very happy with his wife and Val. But again, we know that she's, in league with Hydra. So really, what's the ulterior motive here? So, but at the moment, it sort of ends on a redeeming note for Mr. Walker there.
We'll see how it plays out. Let's see. I'm going to go with, I got a few books from Captain America, the 2005 run by Brubaker and Epting. I have, what is this, number 11. So this is the origin of the Winter Soldier. Basically, the first appearance, number 6, is through the roof. So I think this is next best thing. When those first appearances kind of go out the window, you go for the origin books, you go for the second appearances. Pretty slick cover. The white's a little rough on color of, but they're out there. And it has again, this is probably, you get this for like $25-$30, which you can get a decent spec book for 25 or 30 these days. You're doing pretty good, man. So that's my, I still think, Bucky's not going anywhere, man. I think he's going to be right there with Sam in the new movie and everything like that. So we'll see.
I think they both said that they, Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, they loved working together. They had great chemistry on screen. Just the comic relief was there. So, I think at least Sebastian Stan said he would be up for a season 2. So yeah, I'm hoping they do at least one more season of that show. They do, the 4th movie, and who knows? Disney seems to love him. He's also doing that. Rumor is he's going to be playing a younger Luke Skywalker too in Star Wars. So yeah, I think he's going to be tied to Disney for many years to come. So hopefully we see a lot more Bucky. For my next book, I've got Truth, Red, White, and Black, number 1. So this is from 2003. And of course, this is the first appearance of Mr. Isaiah Bradley. And, I think it was episode 2 where they briefly stop by his house there in Baltimore and you meet him. And he seems like an old curmudgeon, but I really like the character development. They go back, Falcon goes back and talks to him in, again later. And then of course at the very last episode, and, the ending there, which sort of really brings closure to his character. He gets to see that he's now been immortalized at the Smithsonian right alongside, Cap and all the other people from the World War II era. So, yeah, I think that was really nice what they did for his character. And yeah, this is his first appearance. And this sort of calmed down a bit. I think I might have paid. I know you got it last year. I actually just got it earlier this year, right when the show was starting or right before the show started. So I think I got it maybe at a bit of a premium, but it's definitely coming down again if anyone out there wants to grab it. Unlike the other copies, other books I just went through, I really think that this first U.S. agent is still on its way up. And I think, the Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter, and Batroc is really just been going up since I got it a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. They're becoming, the way this show set it up, and even WandaVision right now, they're setting up the MCU, like a lot of these characters, you see what White Vision book is doing and everything like that, and even first Sam as Captain America now, all those books. They're just, they're setting these characters up for the next possibly 10 years, in my mind. We'll see what happens, but, and with that, I'm going to do 2. I got a couple, I was going down the Bucky train because I really don't have that many Sam books. I actually have the first Falcon, which I think we did on another episode, but, trying to do spec books that are reasonable for everyone. So I got, Captain America number 25, same thing from that Brubaker Epting run. And so this is the death of Captain America, and no one really invests in death of issues, but this is also the first team up. They meet in, I believe, number 14, and Captain America, Bucky and Falcon, and this is their first team up where they kind of try to track down whoever shot Cap. Spoiler alert, I guess, but it's from 2005, so sorry, not sorry. But this is their first team up. It's actually a pretty cheap book. I mean, I remember getting this off the rack. This book shot up because of the death of Captain America. Obviously, brought him back, but it's as far as the first team up, it's pretty cheap. I think you can get this for like $15-20. It's not a bad grab.
Right.
And then continuing on, I got Captain America 34. This is the first appearance of Bucky as Captain America. And he's got his own, slick little uniform here. He used Captain America for, I believe, 2 years in the comics. And I just don't believe Bucky's not going to end up with the shield at some point in the MCU. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Falcon, but I think at some point it is going to go back to Bucky, and we'll probably see this costume, something like that. They can go any which way. But, pretty crazy Alex Ross cover. And, you can't go wrong. Again, this is probably go for about $10. A lot of variant covers. We might do a variant cover issue, episode rather. Show off some of those other ones. But I think they're worth a grab.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end with my last book here. And, the cover that you just showed said Death of the Dream when it was Death of Cap. And that is a good segue into my last book, which is a Spec book. And this is A Next number 4 from 1999. And this is American Dream. So this is the first appearance of Shannon Carter, the niece of Sharon Carter, as American Dream. Again, I think A Next number 1, she's referred to as Shannon, but she's a civilian. So this is the key issue that you want. This is number 4, where she first puts on the costume and first appearance of American Dream. And she does eventually get the shield. So again, with Disney doing a lot of things with minority characters, with female characters, I could see this, down the road, a few years or whatever, maybe they bring in American Dream and also pass off the shield to a female. So the logical choice would be Shannon Carter. Quick other note on this is also Prince T'Chaka II, Black Panther's son. This is his first appearance as Coal Tiger. So again, with Chadwick Boseman passing, they're going in a different direction. They might make up the fact that he had a kid in between the first and second movie, and maybe we'll see his offspring eventually become Coal Tiger in a future MCU project. So again, it's still a very cheap book, I believe, and you've got 2 key first appearances here as well. So might want to go grab yourself this book.
Nice. That's it for me, dude.
All right.
Just short and sweet.
Yeah, well, not too short. We're still coming in at 18 minutes or so, but but not too bad. We're trying to cut it back because I know you guys out there in YouTube land, you have busy schedules. We're trying to condense it and keep them at least under 20 minutes, if not in that 10 to 15 minute range. So hopefully you like this. Hopefully you learn something. Let us know. Do you like these books? Do you agree with our spec that we're talking about here? Leave us some feedback and comments. And yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay nerdy. We're out.